This program is brought to you by Windhoek Lager, the perfect beer after the perfect round. Windhoek Lager. At the end of 2018, two amateur golfers from Windhoek in Namibia made history when they became the first team from Africa to win the International Pairs Final hosted at the Penina golf course in Portugal. Joseph Martin and Bertus Damon's achievement made headlines in their own country and all over the continent, setting the stage for a bigger and better Windhoek Lager International Pairs competition in 2019. The competitions to determine the next set of winners to travel to Portugal started early in the new year. So 11 months later, 54 club amateur golfers started their journey to travel to Portugal for the 2019 edition of the International Pairs Final, again hosted by the picturesque Penina Golf Club near Portimao in the southern part of Portugal. This included 36 golfers from Africa, the majority of whom were travelling to Europe with the support of Windhoek Lager.
We've got a number of new license holders on board. We've got a number of African countries with Zimbabwe, Botswana, Tanzania, Kenya coming on board through the sponsorship with Windhoek Lager, which is absolutely fantastic in giving the African countries the opportunity to also be on a world stage. Also on the broadening of the tournament, we've gone a bit wider, where there was only one section that the players could qualify in. We have brought in a ladies section, so this year we have 4 ladies pairs playing for a world title. We brought in an amputee division, and that's more this year just to get the feel for the tournament. We've got an amputee player from Canada, from the UK, from South Africa and Namibia participating in their own division. Without Windhoek Lager, a lot of the African teams would not have made it on their own. Windhoek Lager has come to the party in a big way, and as I said last night, we need to stand up and thank Windhoek Lager for what they're doing for golf in Africa, not only in Namibia and South Africa, because they've broadened their horizon to Africa, and it's given amateur golfers at club level the opportunity to compete on a world stage.
That evening, Windhoek Lager hosted the participants who had travelled from Africa to the Penina course, a group of tired but very excited golfers. Early the next morning, and after a good night's rest, the golfers were out on the Sir Henry Cotton Championship course. This included 2 teams from Kenya.
This is a very good experience. We really enjoy it. These Windhoek International have really done a very good job to sponsor us. It is a very big opportunity, and we hope to win this tournament.
It's a good experience because we've never been in Europe. It's our first time, and Windhoek have really managed to come to Europe. They are the sponsor to Europe, so if it's not for Windhoek, could have not even traveled to Europe.
The field also included an American pair through the initiative of Trevor Dodds, Windhoek Lager Golf Ambassador, who established the concept in the States.
Yeah, it's our venture and our footprint into the tournament. I mean, we're expecting it to grow a lot. Hopefully we'll take it from state to state, but we started in Missouri, we're going to grow Missouri, and then we're going to move on. The biggest challenge was that people want to see it work. So with us getting it off the ground and showing it works, I think we're going to increase our field drastically for the next year. I think it's fantastic. It's going to go from strength to strength, and I think it's going to do wonders for club golf, particularly in Africa, and that's what we need.
The Windhoek Lager International Pairs Final creates an amazing opportunity for club amateurs to travel and compete at a higher level. Benny Besson and Lester Lewis are from Alexander Bay. They won the Windhoek Lager International Pairs South Africa finals, and 2 months later they're in Europe, all the way from a small community on South Africa's west coast.
I certainly looked very forward towards this day, to the opening of this tournament, and I was wowed when I arrived here in Portugal, Lisbon, saw the Penina hotel, I saw the beautiful golf course, pretty layout, and we're really ecstatic about this opportunity, and we love it. We love it since we got here.
And after the practice round, the opening ceremony hosted by the Mayor of Portimao and the city's official band welcomed the 54 participants from 14 countries. Bright and sunny conditions for the start of the first of 2 rounds played on the par 73 Sir Henry Cotton course. The weather got progressively worse, testing the golfers from the continent of Africa. The Kenyan pair, Michael Waragia and Steve Kiaro, one of 2 pairs from Kenya, made a very good start to their round. A fine tee shot by the tall and lanky Waragia, who plays off a 2 handicap. And in good form, he sinks the birdie to take the pair to 16 points after 6 holes, establishing themselves as the early frontrunners. Florian Allers here in the bunker on the 6th, and his playing partner Robert van Pritwitz and Grafon are the Namibian representatives. They won the Namibian finals played at the Windhoek Golf and Country Club and follow in the footsteps of Bertus Damon and Joseph Martins, last year's world champions. So a bit of pressure on the Namibians. Allers with a solid up and down here in the 6th. A birdie on the last hole at the Windhoek Lagers pairs final South Africa pushed the South African pair of Piet van Schalkwyk and Mario Strydom into the top 2 and earned the pair from Mooinooi in the Northwest Province a ticket to Portugal. 11 points over the first 5 holes, a par putt by van Schalkwyk on the 6th, and the South Africans also in contention. Mohamed Abulfadi and Ahmed Lofty were the qualifiers from Egypt. Abulfadi having the time of his life, and a long-range par putt on the 6th certainly helping to improve his mood.
You got this one?
Par 4 9th hole, and the Kenyans Waragia and Kiaro on a very good streak. 21 points over the first 8 holes, and Kiaro here with a chance to add to the score. And a birdie here would earn him 3 points based on the Better Ball Stableford scoring system. He has to settle for a par, and 2 points. The second Kenyan pair of Kamenchu and Muragi made an equally good start on the front line and were breathing down the necks of their countrymen. Anthony Muragi is a regular on the African golf circuit and has represented his country at the Windhoek Lager Golf Championship in Windhoek. A very good birdie opportunity for Muragi, but he misses it. 2 points, they turn on 22, a point behind their countrymen. Benny Basson from South Africa here with his approach on the 9th at the Penina Golf Club and Resort. Basson is a warrant officer in the South African National Defence Force and plays off a 6 handicap. Just off the green on the 9th, but still a shot at a birdie. Good strength, but slightly misread the putt. He gets 3 points for a par. Basson and Lewis on 19, still in contention. The introduction of the amputee division at the Windhoek Lager International Pairs Final in Windhoek was such a great success that the organisers and sponsors invited 4 disabled golfers to Portugal. Reinhard Schunknecht partnered former SA Disabled Golf Open champion Josh Williams. Schunknecht was solid on the front 9, a par on the 9th and 22 points for the pair. Along with the amputee division, the 2019 edition of the International Pairs Finals also saw women golfers compete in their own section for the first time. 4 teams were featured from South Africa, Namibia and Zimbabwe. Lucille Abrams and Rena Knight from the Rosmond Club in Namibia were the early pace setters. A par on the 9th for Rena Knight pushed the Namibians to 22 points over the front 9. Sally Hyatt from the Mount Edgecombe Club in KwaZulu-Natal and her partner Isabel Bax also qualified through the Windhoek Lager International Pairs South Africa Finals. They found the going a bit tough on the front 9. Hyatt with this putt for par on the 9th.
Get in. Yes. Nice. Oh. Lovely.
She's delighted with the outcome. 3 points for the pair, and they turn on 16 points. Confirmation of the first round leaderboards. The Namibians, Knight, in the lead with a 1-point advantage over the Zimbabweans, Chagweda and Chadangwera. In the amputee division, Reinhard Schucknecht and Josh Williams held a massive lead over Wood and Horsley from Namibia and England respectively. In the championship division, it was very tight at the top of the leaderboard. Michael Wargira and Steve Kirol from Kenya on 46 points, one ahead of Piet van Schalkwyk and Mario Strydom. Several other teams still in contention. After a tough day in challenging weather conditions, the golfers were happy to get dry and indoors. And they enjoyed a bit of local culture. Day 2 and a blustery start to the second round. Benny Basson from South Africa off in very windy conditions. Basson and his playing partner Lester Lewis 8 points off the pace from first round leaders Michael Warrigira and Steve Kirol. The pair put together a very impressive first round of 46 points. They'll be tested today with the wind and the rain. With them on the tee, Piet van Schalkwyk and Mario Strydom, who, hailing from Mooinooi in the northwest province of South Africa, would probably never have played in conditions like this. Similar, if not worse, conditions for the ladies, especially the Zimbabwean pair of Chagwera and Chidangwera, who struggled just getting off the tee. Overnight leaders Rena Knight and Lucille Abrams from Namibia looked composed. Chasing them would be Sally Ann Hyatt and Isabel Bax. Botswana's Tumelo Silekani and Winky Modatlegi were one of 2 mixed pairs in the championship divisions. Based in Gaborone, the pair struggled in the wind but had a great time. Selikani on the first hole just missing out on a par after a birdie chip. 33 points after round 1, they started the second round with a 2-pointer. Also on the first, the UK's Gavin Mennell with a birdie putt. And he holds it, much to the delight of Mennell and his partner Mark Bird. Nigeria's Adeyinka Ajiba on the fairway with his approach. Ajiba and his partner Raji Tukur put together 39 points, a little bit out of the running. They needed points on this hole if they were to be in contention at the end. A birdie would bag him 4 points, but his putt was short. Ajiba settles for a par and 3 points. This is the leading pair of Warrigira and Kiro of Kenya. Steve Kiro here with his approach into the par 4 first hole. They were on 46 points. That's a superb shot. Playing alongside them were Van Schalkwyk and Strydom of South Africa. They'd started their round on 45 points, one behind the Kenyans. Strydom, a dentist with a long putt for par, just not enough. Now a chance for Kenya to extend their lead. Kiro with his birdie putt. Also short, but 3 points would be good, as the best the South Africans could do was 2 points. And that's what they did to limit the damage to a 2-point swing of the Kenyans, now led by 3. Kiro finished off his par. A solid start for he and Warrigia in round 2. South Africa's Isabel Bax produced a remarkable performance. 5 months pregnant, she scored consistently. She and her playing partner Sally Ann Hyatt carded 32 points after the first round and was slowly fighting back. A par for 3 points on the 5th hole boosted their aspirations. Now to the 5th hole, a par 5 of 451 metres. This is Tanzania's Stephen Chiwalo with his 3rd shot. They were on 34 points. Chiwalo with his downhill birdie putt. The greens were heavy due to the rain, and just not enough juice behind that putt. He marks it, and then returns to confidently hold his par putt for 3 points, as the pair from Dar es Salaam moved to 37 points. Also on the 5th hole, Kevin Kenny from the UK with his 3rd. He and partner Tony Morgan were on 51 points and going well. Excellent approach by Kenny. Their playing partners, the Namibians Alisson van Pritwitz and Gafron, were in a spot of bother as he played his 4th. Brilliant result though. Now Kenny for a 4-point birdie. Not to be. But he and Morgan would take 3 points for the par to move to 54. They were clearly at home in these wet conditions. After his excellent recovery from the rough, Van Pritvens and Gaffron had a chance for par. No! So close. So bogey and 1 point. They were on 49 points after 5 holes. Now back with the South Africans. Van Schalkwyk's third shot into the par 5 fifth. They'd harvested 10 points over the opening 4 holes. Another pin-high approach. Excellent stuff. Van Schalkwyk with his putt for a 4-point birdie. It just slides past. So close. They were making great progress and putting pressure on the Kenyan pair at the top of the leaderboard. A tap in for par, and those 3 points would move he and Strydom to 58 points, 2 ahead of Wadigia and Kiro, the overnight leaders. To the 9th, and Kenya's Anthony Muragi with his approach. Not having it all their own way, Muragi and playing partner Kamenchu. So far just 17 points on the front 9 to add to their 41 of the first round. Muragi on the green with a long birdie putt. Oh, and he just misses. This was the story of their round so far. Again, very disappointed to walk off with a par for 2 points. 19 in total for the day, 60 points so far with 9 to play. Mario Strydom, the dentist from Rustenburg in the Northwest Province in South Africa. Strydom and Van Schalkwyk play out of the Mooinooi club. The pair have taken the lead, but England's Morgan and Kenny are pushing. Uphill putt for birdie, but he leaves it well short. He does make the par putt, and the damage is limited. Nicolette van Eyck teamed up with her mother, Alfra, to win the ladies' division at the Windhoek Lager International Pairs Final in South Africa. Nicolette with her second on the 9th. Oh, and it's the flag! That could have been an eagle. The ball took a nasty deflection though, and has left her with a tester for a birdie. Again, she's on the mark. A great deal of happiness on that green. Her mum and the other South African pair of Hyatt and Backs delighted with her effort. The American pair, Robert Underwood and Robert Cooper, travelled all the way from Missouri after the Windhoek Lager golf ambassador Trevor Dodds, who resides in the United States, introduced international pairs at a number of clubs. The concept immediately caught on with the club golfers, and while struggling, Cooper and Underwood had a great time and would certainly go back and spread the word. Cooper with par on the 13th. Lester Lewis from South Africa now on the 13th tee. Lewis from Alexander Bay on the South African west coast is a diamond diver by trade and not a shabby golfer at all. Probably the best tee shot of the day by Lewis, flirting with danger of the water hazard. 4 points on offer here for the birdie putt. But he's agonisingly short. He does make the short putt for par and 3 points. Tony Morgan and Kevin Kenny have been regular visitors to Penina and have done well in previous international pairs finals. A great tee shot in very difficult conditions, very similar to that of Lester Lewis. 42 points in the first round for the two Englishmen and 25 so far in this round. They're certainly in contention. Kenny with the birdie putt, and his reading is on the money. 4 points for the pair. They move to 71 points, still trailing the South African pair of Van Schalkwyk and Strydom. Van Schalkwyk now on the 13th. His tee shot just missed going into the water, and the man from Mooinooi now needs a little help from his playing partners to get down the embankment and attempt the shot. Hits the lip and the ball goes into the water, and he almost follows it. No harm done. Trousers still dry and a bit of fun had by all. Chris Wood from Namibia is very well known in golf circles and has travelled the globe to play and promote golf for disabled and amputee golfers. Wood from Swakopmund in Namibia was instrumental in getting the other amputee golfers to travel to Portugal to take part in the International Pairs Final. Reinhard Schucknecht and his partner Josh Williams from Canada won this division quite comfortably. But playing here was about much more than just good scores.
This will create a platform where all these guys can compete in a team event, which is really significant, I think. And I mean, from what we gathered from these 4 guys that came here from Canada, UK, Germany, and these guys really enjoyed it, and they loved it. I mean, they shot, Josh Williams shot 68 today, gross, which was a significant score. They made 44 points, which was really lovely to watch. I think really this is a great opportunity, and I think this is going to be huge. This is going to grow well in the next year or two. We'll see.
At the business end of the round now, and conditions absolutely atrocious. Robert van Pritwitz with his third and approach into the 18th. A workmanlike 41 points over the first round for the Namibians, but they really struggled to get to terms with the conditions today. Only 32 points so far. Tony Morgan and Kevin Kenny from the UK almost felt right at home and had a decent second round to follow up on their first round score of 42. 38 today, and they are on 80, but still need to secure second spot, his third shot in the bunker. Van Pritwitz with a downhill putt for birdie. The rain had made the greens very difficult to read and also very slow. Morgan well out of the bunker and has this putt for 2 points. The Englishman has been putting well. He bags the 2 points for a second round score of 40, 82 in total for a well-deserved second place. Van Pritwitz with his final putt of the day. Par on the 18th for the Namibians and 32 points. They ended in a tie for 8th position with South Africans Benny Basson and Lester Lewis. Piet van Schalkwyk now with his third shot on the par 5 18th. He laid up and has this for an eagle. Van Schalkwyk and Stratham on 86 points already and have the title in the bag. Their nearest competitors, Morgan and Kenny, already in the clubhouse on 82 points. The 2 South Africans finished very strong and appeared to be enjoying themselves in the conditions, whilst the rest of the field could not get off the course quickly enough. Kenyans Michael Warigira and Steve Kiro certainly weren't having fun out there. After a very good first round, the second round proved to be too big a challenge. Kiro with a bogey on the final hole and a disappointing 35 points. They fell back into third place. Still a good performance by the East Africans. Van Schalkwyk now on the final hole and a chance to end on a high note with a possible birdie. He has to be satisfied with a par 5 and he knows the title is in the bag. Stratham also with a putt to end with a flourish. It's not to be and they pick up and the celebrations begin. The pair knew they had the title wrapped up a few holes back. 45 and 43 for 88 and victory by 6 points.
We made a bit of a slip up, I think it was 15. We hit it in the water and then luckily we only dropped basically one shot to them, to the leaders. And then I think it was after the 16th hole. I made par there and for 3 points and they made a drop and then we realized that this might be the day.
It is unreal, it's unbelievable, especially with the higher handicap golfers that never gets a chance. This is unreal. The way Johan and Gerard and everybody puts this tournament together, it is unreal, it's unique. Every golfer must participate in this tournament. It's a must.
Just make sure that you enter the Windhoek Lager Championship or at club level and just go out there and enjoy it, and this is an absolute must. You must try and see if you can reach at least Windhoek and then Portugal.
A great performance by the 2 South Africans all the way from a small town and golf club in the Northwest Province. They put Moinoi on the golf map. Kenny and Morgan in second place, followed by the Kenyans, Warigia and Kiaro. The final act of the day, Isabel Bax with her third shot to the 18th green. Still a very tight affair with the Zimbabweans Rudo Chandigwera and Chikokorai Chagweda breathing down their necks. Bax with a par putt for 3 possible points. But she's agonizingly short. Her playing partner, Sally Ann Hyatt, with a putt for bogey, and they are sure of at least 1 point. Bax with a huge putt, the biggest of her amateur golf career. This putt would yield 2 points. She holds it. They can also start celebrating a win.
What an amazing day. Like, wow, this is incredible. We ended up third place again yesterday, and then we win again, same as in Namibia. It's, wow, I can't stop smiling. Oh, I think they'll definitely be in for another season. I think they already registered for it. And yeah, I think we're going to have a lot, and definitely ladies that will play next year.
I think there are a lot of envious ladies today.
And we'll also try and be there.
I've sent yesterday's results to the group, to the league group, and I said this was our score yesterday, and now we're going to send our little results today. So I think
won!
Oh no, we won!
A very tight win for Backs, just 1 point ahead of the Zimbabweans. The gala dinner and prize-giving event put the cap on a very well-organised event. The amputee division was won by Reinhard Schucknecht and Josh Williams, the German-Canadian pair very dominant. Amputee golf a great addition to the tournament, so was the ladies division, and Isabel Backs and Sally Han Hyatt could not stop smiling. A very proud Mario Stradom and Piet van Schalkwyk crowned the 2019 International Pairs champions. From Penina in Portugal, goodbye or adios. This program was brought to you by Windhoek Lager, the perfect beer after the perfect round. Windhoek Lager.
About fantastic opportunities in the golf market, get in touch with World Golf Tournaments today. For further information, log on to worldgolftournaments.com or contact us directly.